Hiya, hope you're good. So I am 40 weeks pregnant now. It's been a long time since my last update. Life has been crazy hectic. I thought that I would have time to fit everything in, but it's been really manic with work, recruiting, getting everything sorted before I go away. I'm sat on a birthing ball, so that's why I'm slightly bouncing. But pretty much everything is ready, just about. I've still got to write my birth plan. I don't know why I'm putting it off, but I know what I want. I just want to kind of write it all down, which I haven't got around to doing yet. I keep thinking, well, I can just do it in early labour. So that's pretty much the last thing that I need to do, as well as, if I get a chance, do some meals and freeze them, or some cakes and freeze them and things like that. So we'll see, it depends how late this baby is. So yeah, I'm on my due date, I'm on the due date that they gave me, but my due date is 5 days after the hospital due date, so I feel like I've got a bit of time. My two boys arrived on the date that I thought they would arrive, so we'll see when this little one wants to make an appearance. So I've done a few other videos as well already for my hospital bags, my cloth nappies and my home birth setup. So yeah, really pleased that everything's ready with regards to that. The last couple of months have been pretty good. Obviously harder because I'm at the end of the pregnancy, so heartburn, it's been getting more and more difficult to walk around, and over the last couple of weeks I've had a lot of help with the school run from my husband and his mum, which has been amazing because it's been really difficult. It's like an hour's trip all round in terms of how long it takes me to walk from work and then to get my two boys and then walk home. So that started to get a little bit too much for me in the last sort of 2 to 3 weeks. So I've had a lot of help with that, which has been really good. When was it? When I was 38 weeks, so a couple of weeks ago, I got really quite poorly. Felix, my youngest, who's 4, he got ill with a bug, with sore throat and a cough, and just generally stuffed up and feeling ill. Then my eldest got it, who's nearly 8, and then I caught it as well. And I got it quite bad actually, which was not pleasant. And I ended up going into hospital because I felt like I wasn't sure if the baby had reduced movements when I was really poorly on one of the days. I just couldn't get baby to move at all when I was led down for a few hours. So I called the midwife and she just said to go in and get monitored. So off I went into hospital, was monitored around here for 30 minutes and everything was fine with baby, which was good. I felt like it was, but I just wanted to sort of make sure. But it was really strange. After it all happened, the midwife said to me, oh, everything looks great, you know, fantastic. And then she said, oh, just go and get the doctor. So, because she could hear that I was coughing quite a lot. So she went to get to the doctor, and the doctor came in and decided to put me on antibiotics just in case. She didn't think that it was bacterial, she thought it was viral, but because I was like heavily pregnant, she just wanted to cover all bases. So she gave me the antibiotics, and then she said, now that you've been in for reduced movements and your full term, oh sorry, I'm swaying like a crazy person, what we would recommend is that you get induced. And I was like, okay, when would you want to induce me? And she was like, this weekend. And I was like, I'm only 38 weeks and everything seems okay. She was like, but it's hospital, it's our policy or something like that. If you come in for monitoring when you're at term, then that's what we would recommend. And I was like, okay, what are the other options? And she said, well, you can see how it goes tomorrow and then we can book you in for a scan to like check the baby and check the blood flow and everything. So I opted for that. I just found the whole experience, and so did Jamie, we were just sat there like, what? Why would they want to induce me when like they've been monitored and everything's fine? So obviously I declined that, and she wasn't surprised because she said, oh, even when she was saying it, she was kind of implying that I wasn't going to do it. She was kind of saying, this is what we do, but I know you probably won't want to do it. So I don't know, it just must be a policy, whether it's just our hospital or a standard policy, I'm not sure, or whether it's to do with my age, or who knows, because the baby was fine. And I went to my midwife appointment a couple of days later, or no, the next day, I think it was, and she looked through like the graph that shows how active the baby was and the heart rate and stuff, and she was like, looks perfectly fine, I can't see any reason why you would need to be induced early or anything like that. So I went in the day after for the scan, and although my belly has been measuring, so I've got a personal like chart, they plot it against your weight, I think, and your previous kids, and it's got like the bottom, the middle, the average, and then what's high for you. And my bump's always been measuring on the high line, so I've always thought, oh god, I'm gonna have a really big baby again. But when they actually measured the baby inside at 38 weeks and I think it was 3 or 4 days, something like that, the baby was measuring £6.11, so it's not too crazy. So I'm probably looking at an 8.5 pounder if those measurements turn out to be right, obviously, when it's born at my guess 41 weeks nearly. So yeah, that was really reassuring, and it was amazing to see the baby at 38 weeks as well. You couldn't really see much because it's full, it's filling everything. The blood flow was fine, the water or whatever's inside was fine, the amniotic fluid was fine, sorry. But yeah, she put the she had to go down really low. She couldn't measure the head because baby was already completely engaged, but she put it down as low as she can go, and she could just get baby's little mouth. And the same as the other scans, baby had his or her hands playing around his mouth, and this time was also like sticking tongue out and licking the fluid and swallowing it, and it was just so cute to see. So yeah, that got us really excited about everything. So that was a really good experience. Strange, the whole induction conversation that we had, but luckily that's all been kind of put to rest. I took the antibiotics, I was given some cough medicine, I was given some paracetamol. So I took all that, and it took about 4 or 5 days for everything to kind of get better, and I was hoping that I wouldn't have the baby because I was coughing so heavily. It would have been awful to go through labour feeling so ill, but I kind of thought my body wouldn't let me anyway until I was better, so, and it hasn't. And also I'm never early, so but yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. All she did give me, which I completely highly recommend, I'm really funny about taking anything in pregnancy, so in my last 2 pregnancies before this one, and then this one, it was starting to get the same, was being sick like every night or every other night from acid indigestion. It would get so bad. It would be quite bad in the day, and then at night it would be awful no matter how many pillows I propped up, and sometimes I was sleeping like that, you know. And I just dealt with it until I gave birth, and then it went, obviously. But she gave me this stuff, I can't remember the name of it, or something, I don't know, but it's a tablet that you can take every night. You can take it twice a day, morning and night, but I just take it every night before bed, about an hour before I go, and it stops the production of the acid, so it's amazing. So I've been sleeping so well for the last week since I've been taking that. I kind of wish that I'd have done something about it in my previous 2 pregnancies, because it hasn't given me any side effects that I'm aware of, so, and it's worked so well, so well. It's making me feel a lot better, and it's really good to know that hopefully I will have had a good night's sleep before I go into labour. And I'm hoping that I go in, my labour starts in the morning like it did with Felix. That started at, I think, about 6 AM with Felix, whereas Finn's, my eldest, started at like 10:30 at night, so I was labouring during the night. Oh, that was tiring. What else? I'm not going ahead with the placenta encapsulation or anything. I did a little bit more research and I couldn't find enough evidence to say that it would make a big difference, so I decided not to do that. But I am, for the last couple of weeks, only every 2 to 3 days, I have been expressing some colostrum, so just squeezing, sounds great, a little bit of colostrum out into a little syringe to collect up some of the first breast milk, basically freezing that, and then just in case I need to top up. I did need to do some expression after Finn was born, my first, but he breastfed okay, whereas Felix was really tricky, and I wish I'd have had some, because at the time I ended up using a little bit of formula. So this time hopefully I've got a nice little stash going on with colostrum that I can top baby up if needed, or just use it at any point really. It's rich yellow stuff, it's got all the good stuff in it, so I feel really pleased that I'm collecting that up. I also did some research, and my midwife mentioned it after I'd done the research as well, about having 5 or 6 prunes a day. So I've been doing that for the last couple of weeks as well, just eating my prunes every day, and it's supposed to make for an easier labour, I think, or a quicker labour. I can't remember the research now, but it's supposed to help like bring on labour, and because I think it contains a natural form of oxytocin. So the midwife that I spoke to after I'd done the research said that the whole year she basically moved as a midwife to a new area, which was our area, and previous to that they were having lots of inductions because of past due dates and things like that. But every woman that she told to eat the prunes, they never had to be induced, because they always came within like that 2-week window after 40 weeks or before 42 weeks or whatever. So she totally and utterly thinks that there's truth in the fact that it kind of helps bring on labour. So yeah, I've been taking those. We'll see if I go any earlier. I haven't already, so any earlier than normal. But yeah, I've been taking those every day, eating lots of porridge. I'm going to keep eating lots of porridge as well, because that's good for breast milk. Yeah, just really looking forward to it. My husband is like desperate for baby to come out now. I keep saying not yet, not yet. I've always got something else that I need to do, but I'm at the stage now, 40 weeks, where baby can come. Like I am completely ready, pretty much, apart from a birth plan. So yeah, just really excited to meet this little one, find out if we've got a little girl or a little boy, and complete our family. I think, you know, that's how I feel about it, and just really happy with how this pregnancy has gone. Again, for the last couple of weeks or just over, I've been doing lots of exercise as well, which I haven't done in my previous pregnancies, and it has made the world of difference in terms of how I feel and how much energy I've got, and like the strength that I've got in my body. So every day I do 3rd trimester workout. It's from Anna Saccone Jolie's channel. It's really good. I only do 10 minutes a day. You're supposed to do 3 times 10 minutes, but I just do 10 minutes every morning, so it's really quick, or nearly every morning, should I say, not quite every morning. And it's just lots of standing exercises and stuff like that, and pulling your tummy in, and squats and things. And yeah, it's definitely strengthened me, so I'm feeling a lot more positive about like where my body is as well for this labour and delivery, and kind of hoping that I carry on exercising afterwards. It does feel quite good. I never really exercised in my life before, but it feels nice too. So yeah, I'll measure the bump. This is probably as big as it's going to get, I would hope, anyway. Okay, so there is bump. Still got my little pooches either side. It's just like a big ball on my front. And that's it from the side as well. This is just a normal like dress that I fashioned into something that I can wear for maternity. And there it is. And from the other side. And then I will do a quick measurement. And I haven't actually done this since I was 30 weeks, so it's been quite a time. Let's see what we are now. So nearly 40 Yeah, 40 inches. So that, I think that's as big as it's going to get anyway. 40 inches. Excellent. So hopefully I'll be able to take at least a little bit of footage when I actually do go into labour. All going well anyway, that's the plan. And yeah, next time it should be my birth story. Okay, cheers, bye.